gosh. I want to start by saying, Tucker, you were over here taking pictures, but I was back there in the VIP room. You have no idea how many people came up to me and said, yeah, we know Tucker is speaking, but we're more excited for you. I'm kidding, but really it's refreshing to be in a room where I'm well received. Truthfully, I have been in rooms where I've been spit on, I've had bottles thrown at me, I've had drinks poured on me, I've been punched by men in dresses, which fortunately for me, their punches don't hurt that bad. I've been held for ransom for over 4 hours where these protesters demanded that if I wanted to make it home to see my family safely again, I had to pay them money. So again, all of that to say I don't take it lightly to be in a room where I'm well received. As mentioned, in Congress, this was not the reception that I got. Congresswoman Lee from Pennsylvania, reading her opening monologue, the first thing she says, I can't believe I'm going to be forced to sit here and listen to this transphobic bigotry. And so I'm sitting there listening. My wheels are turning. Why is this pro-woman stance that I've taken immediately deemed anti-trans? Because wouldn't that inherently mean that being pro-trans is anti-woman? And what do we call someone who is anti-woman? We call them a misogynist, which is the exact behavior that was displayed. To which this sent the whole hearing into a tailspin. Believe it or not, Democrats don't like when you use their own intersectional language against them. She didn't know what to do. She tried to get my words removed from the record. What she said was, I was engaging in personalities, to which I wanted to say, no, that's what Lia Thomas is doing. Anyways, it didn't work, and the verdict still stands that she is, in fact, a misogynist in the congressional record, so that's good news. It's pretty unfathomable to me that a recently graduated 23-year-old college swimmer has to go to DC, sit in front of our members of Congress to explain to them what a man and a woman is, and then to sit on the other side of that and listen to them be confused by this explanation. I'm sure a lot of you, I'll be very brief here, I'm sure a lot of you have heard kind of the how I got here. My senior year, I was competing at University of Kentucky, where I proudly finished my career as a 12-time NCAA All-American, a 5-time SEC champion, actually still the SEC record holder in the 200 butterfly. Making me one of the fastest Americans of all time. Really proud of my accomplishments. But my senior year, of course, we were forced to compete against male swimmer Lia Will Thomas, who, competing against the men, of course, ranked in the 400s and 500s nationally, to then went on to win national titles competing against the women just that next year. But really what thrusted me into this position, Thomas and I raced, we tied, almost impossibly enough, which is kind of embarrassing for a 6'4" man. Couldn't even beat me. We tied, we get out of the water, we go behind the awards podium where the NCAA official looks at both Thomas and myself and says, great job, you two, but you tied. And we only have one trophy, so we're gonna give the trophy to Lia. Sorry, Riley, you don't get one. That was everything I needed to hear. Of course, I pressed back and asked the question no one dared ask all season. And I said, why? You know, I know we tied. What's the thought process here? To which he then informed me that the NCAA, they had been advised that when photos were being taken, it was crucial that Lia was holding the trophy. Of course, reducing everything we had worked our entire lives for down to a photo op. Not to mention the locker room aspect, not to mention the silencing that we faced from our universities. That's the how I got here. But more importantly is the why. And it's something we should all be asking ourselves. Why are we here? Why are we gathered in this room? Why do we fight so fiercely? And I could list out about a bajillion examples now that my eyes have been opened. The most terrifying, I would say, is the denial of objective truth, not to mention the breakdown of our faith, the breakdown of our families, the breakdown of our freedoms. Did anyone see the other hearing that happened this week? with the president of these prestigious, or what at least used to be considered prestigious universities, it only took the beheading and the rape and the torture and the killings of innocent civilians for them to suddenly be free speech absolutist, which is pretty crazy. But don't you dare say a man is a man, or else. That is why we fight. Of course, we fight for the next generation. You know, myself, I have a younger sister who's an incredible athlete. That's who we're fighting for, and I know that's who the American Principles Project is fighting for. They have been the leading and most important organization in terms of campaigns and elections, investing money, investing time and resources into fighting for America, your future, my younger sister's future. And if I can just be of encouragement to anyone, we're at a precipice here, okay? There's a lot riding on these next 11 months. Use these next 11 months to work harder than you have ever worked before, in whatever capacity that might be. Call out hypocrisy and lies. Run for school board. Be willing to say the emperor wears no clothes. I mean, how silly. What a perfect analogy, by the way, because that's exactly the point that we're at. I can't believe, I hear all the time, how do you find the courage? How are you so brave? To which I respond back with, easily, because I'm literally saying the most basic thing anyone could ever possibly say. It's not hard. It doesn't require bravery or anything other than a 5th grade understanding of science, and I would beg to argue that that might be a little too advanced. Yet we have, I guess, a sitting Supreme Court justice who can't even define what a woman is because she claims she's not a biologist. Guess what? I'm not a veterinarian, but I know what a dog is. That's the silliest thing I've ever heard. My response, like I said, is easily, because it truthfully is the easiest thing in the world to say. There are 2 sexes. You can't change your sex, no matter what surgeries or no matter what hormones you're on, and each sex is deserving of equal opportunities. It's incredibly basic, simple to say those things. I appreciate, again, the people in this room. This is revitalizing to me. I think, of course, the objective is for us to be a light to you guys, but it's this that inspires me, and it allows me to continue with the smile on my face, because I believe being called a transphobic bigot is honestly a term of endearment at this point. Along with domestic terrorist and fascist and whatever other label they want to throw our way. So anyways, I appreciate you guys very much. Tucker, I'm sorry to have outshined you here. We'll be looking forward to your remarks. Thank you.